Welcome everyone, Anthony here from Windy Beard. What's cracking? How you doing? Another Kickstarter update for you. Week 1 is drawing to a close, and what a week it has been. It has been crazy. It's been awesome to see, and I thank you all so very much. Let me start with that. We'll start with that. The target for the Kickstarter, the initial goal was hit in under 5 hours. And it was 125% funded in under 48 hours. Absolutely mind-blowing. So I can't thank you enough for that. Another amazing piece that came out of all this was getting picked up by Kickstarter themselves and getting the shiny little Project We Love badge, which was really nice because it was a hell of a lot of work and effort went into that Kickstarter. So it was really nice to have that seen by Kickstarter, you know, and to have them pop it in their trending lists and things. So that's been really, really awesome. Other cool stuff that's happened is there was a banjo cover. So this is a cover of the Geo theme tune played on a banjo. Not quite what I expected, but thoroughly enjoyable. That was brought to life by the very talented future Millennium. Some of you may know him. Some of you have no idea who he is. But know this. That man plays the banjo. That's a special treat for us all. Absolutely fantastic. I'll bang a link to that if anyone wants to check it out. That was awesome to see. Really made me laugh. So that was cool. And talking about the soundtrack for Geo 2 is again being made by Injekted, a good friend of mine who's made all the music for every game I've released. Obviously from all the games, Sweezy, Geo 1, Dreamstones. If you like a bargain, check out Dreamstones, now on Steam. 50% off for both Dreamstones and the DLC. Check it out now. Dreamstones. Scud Frenzy, Ragtag, Puzzle Plunder, and now Geo 2. And Geo 2 is an absolutely amazing body of work from Injekted. So I'm looking forward to you all hearing that. It will also be available as a DLC for the soundtrack, and for those who've picked up the tiers that contain that, you'll be getting a copy of that. It's over 20 tracks. It's a full album, and it's fantastic. It really is good. Yeah, so that'll be good. It's similar to Geo 1's sort of liquid drum and bass, but it's far punchier. It's just so much. It's such an improvement. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. So even the theme tunes returned. The Geo 1 theme tunes back, remixed and remastered and changed. It's significantly better. It's really nice to hear. So yeah, big shout out to Injekted. He's done fantastic work, and check him out on Spotify as well. I'll pop a link in this the video description for Injekted Spotify if you want to check out his other music that's not in my games. He does a lot of stuff, so he's a really good musician. So check that stuff out. That's awesome. As you can see in the video, I'm designing the Geo Arcade. This was something that I wanted to put in the game, and it was because we hit the Kickstarter goal in under 5 hours. It's going in the game, so that you can see me working away on that now. So essentially, what that's going to be is, as you traverse the many exciting galaxies of Geo 2, you will find, I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be arcades or cartridges. Possibly cartridges. I think I'm siding with that. I think it's a cool idea. You'll find these game cartridges, and you'll be able to jam them into the arcade and play mini games. So the first one I'm going to be working on is Mr. Bannyhan's Bananas. Mr. Bannyhan being a character in Geo 1 and Geo 2. And he's got a mark across the game in certain places as a banana salesman. And the minigame is going to be sort of delivering bananas. Obviously, you're being attacked. It'll be an interesting game. You'll see. I hope you'll enjoy it. And you'll find these minigame cartridges across the galaxies. You'll be able to, obviously, it'll record high scores that you earn. And if you can beat certain targets within those minigames, you'll unlock animated cosmetic changes to your headquarters. So you'll be able to change where your headquarters is located, the background scene. So there's going to be like an icy tundra. There'll be like a volcanic planet location that you can slot your headquarters into, and some other stuff like that. So that should be really fun. And I love personally games in games. So when you're playing a video game and then all of a sudden you come across like mini games or an arcade machine that actually is playable. I think it's such a great thing. I love to see that sort of stuff. So that's definitely going in now. So that's what I'm working on there. A couple of other game ideas I have knocking around for these mini games. I want to do a fishing one. I love fishing mini games in video games. So I'm going to try and push one of those in. It's quite tricky though, because the entire game's played only with the left and right mouse button. So all these games have to be controlled purely with the two mouse buttons, which should make it challenging from a design perspective, but good fun. I'm looking forward to that challenge. There's also been a lot of sort of balance and gameplay tweaking going on. I'm trying to make sure that the first map is tight and really playable, and then I'm going to go from there. So I'm building that up. Most of the content is in. It just needs to be tidied up and made as playable as possible. So that's happening, and that comes down to me sort of tweaking the variables on planets and, you know, making certain tiles a little bit tougher than others and things like that. So it's a bit twisty-turny work, but it's great when it's done, because the game sort of explodes in size with this stuff. So it's a lot of data entry, but it's good to see, because the game starts to become really playable and lots of fun. So that's going on as well. So as we speak, there's 22 days remaining on the GO2 Kickstarter, which is a lot of time, a hell of a lot of time, which is awesome. We're creeping towards the first stretch goal. So there's 1,500 British pound sterlings remaining to hit that first stretch goal. And the first stretch goal is a whole new galaxy. I touched on this on the last update. So hopefully we'll get even closer to that and hit it. That would be absolutely amazing to see that happen, and to put that extra map in the game. And an extra map means extra planets, extra everything, you know. So it's a big old increase. And some of the other stretch goals that we're going to have afterwards. So there's an idea I have for nanobots. These are sort of like nano drills. So you'll be able to pick locations and planets and send micro drills over there, and they'll drill for you while you're busy doing your work. And depending on how many of these micro drills, nano drills you send to the location, depends on how much they bring back. And they will obviously bring back tiles and items, which is useful if you're trying to grind out something. So that would be awesome to see that go in as well. That's another stretch goal. A new game plus is another idea for a stretch goal. So that would obviously be, you finish the game, you get right to the end, and then you reset it and start again. But things are a little bit harder, everything's a bit better. You start with a load of stats that you carry over, and round you go. And that would have been that will be a lot of fun, hopefully, to get that in. I was going to play with some sort of idea where it sort of plays on the whole idea of you've got to the center of the universe, and the great, amazing, special ending is you just get to do it all again, sort of playing on the No Man's Sky joke, which I thought would be a lot of fun. Another stretch goal idea I have is to animate all the rooms in the headquarters. So whilst those rooms are sort of highly decorative and quite complicated, they're not animated, which is something I would love to do. But there will be 30, 40, maybe a few more than that rooms in the game. So to animate all of those is a huge job, but it would make such a big difference. So that's another stretch goal idea. There's a few knocking about. So if we hit that first stretch goal, we'll see what the next one is. But it will be one of those three. So that's pretty much the progress so far on Geo and on the Kickstarter. Everything's looking good. I'm really happy. Very tired. It's been an exhausting week. It's an exhausting couple of weeks, actually. The lead up to the Kickstarter was also quite heavy, but it's been amazing. Great experience. It's really sort of heartwarming to know how much people care and want to help to make this game as good as it can be. So again, I thank you all for everything. And that's your lot. I'll be doing another update soon. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please be sure to check out my streams. So I am streaming live game development of GO2. You can drop in and say hello. Maybe mock me for losing my hair or something like that. And check out the Kickstarter if you're not watching this from the Kickstarter. And then check me out on social medias and stuff. Say hello. It's always nice to chat to people. And yeah, there you go. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself an awesome time, and thanks again.